Okay, this one is a little bit different, okay? So in this video slash audio, we're actually going to do a meditation. What we're going to do is actually a letting go of the year meditation. Now, 2022 for lots of people was amazing, joyous, fantastic, successful, and for others it was absolutely rubbish, depressing, full of turmoil, and people can't wait to see the back of it, okay? And some people had a little bit of all of those things. But what we want to do is we want to take the positive into 2023 and let go of anything that was negative. And so what we're going to do today is exactly that. We're going to do a meditation, so you're not going to get to look at my face this whole video. You're going to sit with your eyes closed and we're going to do a meditation to let go of 2022.
Okay, so just get yourself comfortable in your chair. If you can keep your feet on the ground, that's great to keep yourself grounded. Just give yourself a little shake out any like tickles or niggles before we get started. And then when you're ready, close your eyes. And we're just going to take 3 nice deep breaths. Breathe in right into your belly. So you want to have a nice deep breath that goes all the way down to your belly, not just in your chest. So breathe the beautiful oxygen in and then out. And again. And one more. And that's just a great way to get us relaxed for our meditation. So now just focusing on your natural breathing. And I want you to see in your mind's eye, I want you to see yourself in a beautiful open plain, beautiful green grass. You can feel the grass under your feet. You can hear the sounds of the birds. There might be a breeze. You can hear the rustling in the leaves. You can see the grass blowing in the breeze. Just really feel and immerse yourself in that beautiful space of nature. I want you to start walking along the grass plain. And you can see up ahead, there's a forest. And in that forest, you can see it's almost like a fork in the road. And you'll stop at the fork in the road. And on the left, it's kind of dark. It's a bit misty. Feels kind of haunting. That's where all the yucky stuff is, you know, all the terrible animals and the beasts. You know, it's the dark part of the forest. You can see that on your left. That's the fork in the road. That is what I want you to see that as. That is the negative energy that we have picked up throughout this year. And some of it we've even carried with us from years before. We've been taking it with us for years in some cases. That dark forest, sometimes you can feel a pull to that forest. You can feel a pull towards it because it feels known, feels like you know what's in there, even though it's scary and dark and yucky. It still feels a little bit like you know what it is. And that's all of the stuff that we don't want to carry with us into the next year. And the next year, what we can see on our right-hand side, if you look down the fork in the road to the right-hand side, it looks beautiful. The sun is shining. You can actually see the rays of sun coming through the clouds to the earth. You might see a rainbow, whatever that beauty looks like to you. There could be trees, there could be waterfalls and rivers. There might be the ocean. You might see the beach. Whatever that lightness is to you, that's what you see to the right of the fork in the road. And that's where we want to go in 2023. And that is all of the wonderful, amazing memories that you've had in 2022 and over the years, they are there waiting for you on the right-hand side of the road. And what you can see is bubbles. They're dark bubbles, but inside those bubbles on the left-hand side, so in this dark forest coming out of the mist, you're starting to see these bubbles forming and they're floating up. And inside each of those bubbles, you will see all of the things that you don't want to take, excuse me, into 2023. And you may find, like me, sometimes when we do these meditations, it physically starts to come up as well. You can find that it's starting to physically manifest. So sometimes you can get, your throat can get congested. You might start coughing. Sometimes you might start to feel a pain in a certain part of your body as well. Like you might start to feel that. So that can happen as we're seeing these bubbles rise out of the mist. And you may be able to see actually inside those bubbles the things that have made you sad and angry and unhappy over 2022. You may physically be able to see them, the experience. You might be able to see them in that bubble. It might be a little scene. It might be an object or something that reminds you of those things that you don't want to take into 2023. It could be an experience. It could be something that you've lost. It could be the loss of a loved one, the loss of a pet. It could be something that you wish you'd done that you didn't do. It could be something that you did that you wish you didn't do. It could be all of those different things. Sometimes it's regrets. Sometimes it's just experiences of things that did or didn't happen. And you can see them in those bubbles. And everyone will have a different amount of bubbles. And you may not be able to see actual scenes, but you can feel that those experiences and those emotions are sitting in those bubbles. And sometimes they will bring those emotions up within you. So we're going to take now just a minute or two for you to reflect, because I want you to bring out all those bubbles. I want you to bring all those things to the surface. Just while we're here at this crossroad, I want you to reflect on the year and actually bring to the surface the negative thoughts, feelings, the things that you're angry with, the things that you're sad about, the things that you're upset about that happened in the year that maybe even you've been carrying for years. What are those things? I want you to think about them and bring them to the surface. And if they're not in a bubble, you put them inside a bubble. I want them inside the bubbles. So I'm just going to give you a minute to reflect on the year now and take those feelings, emotions, and thoughts and put them inside the bubbles. See them inside the bubbles. They're just floating near you. They're not attached to you. They're not part of you anymore, but they're still near you. But you can feel that energy, the negative energy. It's draining. So we want to take everything, all of the negative, and put it inside those bubbles. And this might make you start to feel sad or angry or unhappy. That's okay. Don't fight those feelings, because we want to bring them to the surface. If you need to cry, you need to let it out, whatever it happens to be. You do that because we want to bring them to the surface so that we can let them go. The only way is through. We can't go over it, round it, underneath the feelings. We have to go through them. So we have to allow ourselves to feel that and bring it to the surface. So if you're still bringing those feelings to the surface, that is fine. Continue to do that. Put them inside the bubbles until you feel like you've got everything in those bubbles. And then This will be different for everyone, but then a gust of wind or a tornado, or for some people it might be actually a wave of mist or an actual wave of water, will come now and will start to push those bubbles up into the sky. And as you look up, you can see the sun, the bright burning sun up in the sky. You can see it up there. That is this beautiful energy that you are taking in, but those bubbles are moving towards that sun. And as we know, the sun is a giant ball of fire, hot enough to burn anything, including our beautiful bubbles, which are going up there because they're just energy as well. And we're sending that negative energy, the energy that feels negative to us, we're sending it towards the positive of the sun. And it's going to be recycled by the sun into energy that may bring positive to other people, may come back to you as positive energy. Energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transformed. So we know, science knows that our energy, our being, everything that exists in this planet and this universe cannot be destroyed. It can only be transformed. So we are taking what feels negative to us and we are sending it to the sun. I want you to see it flying towards the sun, and the sun burning up that negative energy, and it is going to transform it and send it off into the universe to be recycled and to made into something else. So whether you need to physically be pushing those bubbles, or there's a tornado pushing them and sending them away, or a wave of mist or water, whatever works in your mind's eye, watch those bubbles move into the sun. And I want you to sit there until all of them have disappeared into the sun and the sun has taken them in and recycled them. Sometimes you might need to physically move your hands to help push the air, push them into the sky. Because we don't want to take those bubbles with us. Some of those bubbles we've been carrying with us for too long. Even if it's just for the year, it's still too long. We want to recycle them into something else. They no longer serve a need. They no longer support us. We don't need them anymore. You can thank them. Thank you for the lessons, but I don't need you anymore. And now we want to, sometimes we can feel like when we've released that negative energy, it can leave a void. And we don't want to fill that again with negative. We want to fill it with the positive. So I want you to look to the right of the fork in the road, and I want you to start walking into that beautiful space, that beautiful forest or beach or the land. And I want you to walk into the space and then stop and feel the sun rays coming down to the top of your head. The energy from the universe is coming through your body. You can feel it filling your whole body. This beautiful golden light is filling your whole body of positive energy. You can feel it moving through your chest, your arms, to your fingertips, down through your legs to your toes. See and feel your body being filled with that positive golden light. And feel all the wonderful things that happened in the last year. Take that positive energy and gratitude for those positive things into 2023. I want you to look, basically, if you were to look at yourself in that space right now, you would be glowing with golden positive light. And we're going to keep walking, and then you'll find, if you keep walking through this space, you'll come to a river. And then you'll see a waterfall, a beautiful waterfall. And so I want you to walk into the pond at the bottom of the waterfall. And you'll feel the water current flowing past you, just gently. It's not pulling you, but it's just cleansing you of anything that's left of the negative energy of 2022. And if you walk under that waterfall, the power of the waterfall and the energy of the waterfall will just wash away the remainder of what's left. Whatever barriers you think are there for 2023, it's going to release them from you. They are not there. All of that negative is not there. You are capable and amazing. You are able to do everything that you ever dreamed. Sometimes the universe has different timing for us. So we're going to accept that. I want you to stand in that waterfall knowing that you are worthy, that you are loved, and that you are doing the best you can. And that's all that we can ask. Accept life's timing, because we can't control that. And set an intention of love for 2023. You should feel now, as you walk out of the waterfall, invigorated. The water has the power to invigorate and reignite passion in us. And I want you to walk out of that pond still glowing from the energy of the sun, feeling powerful, passionate, energized, and ready to take on the next year. We no longer need anything that we regret or resent or hate or feel sad about in 2022. We don't need that. We thank you for that time. Thank you, universe. But now we're ready for a new year. We're ready to take on a new year because you are capable and amazing and can do anything you put your mind to. So I'm just going to give you now a minute to just immerse yourself in this space, this beautiful space, whatever it looks like to you, to just feel some gratitude for where we are and how far we've come. Just take a moment to just thank the universe, God, whoever it is that you would like to thank. And now at the end of these meditations, I like to send back some love, gratitude, and positive energy out to the rest of the planet. It's great to share this. So I want you to take the energy, I want you to feel it coming into you from the sun, from the universe. I want you to feel that filling you. And then in your hands, it starts to form a golden ball of light. And then I want you to watch that golden ball of light expand. And then it starts to fill all of your loved ones with this beautiful golden light. And then it expands even further and it fills your whole community and your country. Watch it expand. It spreads around the continent and around the planet until in your mind's eye you can see that beautiful energy touching every living being on this planet. Plants, animals, humans. We're sending love and light out to them. Now take a deep breath. When you're ready, you can wriggle your fingers and toes, Open your eyes and come back to the room.